Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much, madam.
Welcome.
I am Dr. Ashutosh Srivastava. I was a scientist in Government of India for around 20 years and then started my own consultancy along with the Tuticorin Hindustan Bioplants Private Limited, for which I am the Vice President. And also I am technical consultant in Maharashtra government for Sandalwood and teak, and advisor to Vietnam government on sandalwood. With this brief introduction, we are also fortunate to have Dr. Sriram, the chairman and managing director, in the audience. So with his collaboration, we are aiming at developing sandalwood based models which can add a lot of prosperity to a farmer. Madam, all these farmers, are they comfortable in English?
Yes, sir, definitely.
They are comfortable in English,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
How many of them are there? If I can get the attendance.
Sir, number will not be knowing, sir, because it is a live stream thing, no? Okay. The members log in on their own. Okay.
They and even, on their own. Yeah. Okay, madam. Okay. So let us start with the plantation. As basically, when you look at the, let me put it at the. See, plantation forestry, basically what is happening is after the Forest Conservation Act in 1988, where they banned green felling of wood, that is where the plantation forestry started coming up. That means how we can develop more tree cover outside the forest. They are called as TOF, that is trees outside the forest. And also, plantation forestry is a multiple faceted, what you call as a multiple faceted activity, which will take care of short-term, mid-term and long-term need of the farmer. And when the central government is bent upon doubling the income of the forest, of the farmer, it will be very apt for us to systematically and scientifically take up the agroforestry models. And one of the most costliest wood in India at this point of time, one of the most costliest wood is sandalwood. How do you incorporate sandalwood along with other multiple crops to get more returns and how with less inputs? Santalum album, which is known as Shrigandha in Kannada and Shrigandham in Telugu, Chandan in Hindi. So it's a miraculous tree. Basically, every part of sandalwood is used. Even in our Vedas and all, they have been told, it has been told that sandalwood is a miraculous tree. In recent times, multiple uses of sandalwood have come in forward in treatment of cancer, lowering of blood pressure, and the mention of sandalwood is there way back in Ayurveda. So this is a small, medium-sized tree which can be comfortably grown in any of the agroforestry model without creating much of a shade effect, which is one of the major concerns of the farmer, that if we grow a tree, it will create a lot of shade and the returns will be less. So this has a very sparse shade and is a very optimum forestry component of a agroforestry system. The wood of sandalwood, what we call as chandan, it has a immense value, and every year there is a small increase of the value of Indian sandalwood. There is also Australian sandalwood, which doesn't have much of it also has a value, but not as compared to the Indian sandalwood. So heartwood is the one which is basically used for various things, like oil is there, agarbatti is there, handicraft, medicine, for small curios and other various applications. Sandalwood oil has a beautiful odor. It has a very good smell, which is used in various perfumery industries. It is also used in cosmetic industry. The wood powder is used as a face pack, and other various cosmetic products are being produced. And in Chinese, Tibetan and Ayurvedic system of medicine, it is used for anti-cancerous properties. So how we are planning to take up this particular project? See, basically what I suggest is, if you have 10 acres of land, in 10 acres of land, if we are planting sandalwood along with other crops, because now we are facing a problem of labor everywhere. Everywhere there is a shortage of labor. So when we are growing, when you are not residing in the farm and you are a entrepreneur who has a paternal land of say 10, 20 acres, 30 acres, you can put perennial trees like sandalwood and other things which we can I will discuss later on, in form of an agroforestry model with 10 acres can be handled by 2 people, because every day we need not carry out any kind of activity. They are all perennial crops. Once in 3 months you have to put fertilizer, once in 6 months you have to do some kind of weeding. So low maintenance, good crop you can generate from agroforestry models. Then there is one technology by IPCD, which is stress based technology, to improve the development of heartwood in the sandalwood. How we plan to grow sandalwood? Initial 4-5 years we give them good fertilizer, good irrigation, so that they increase in size. And once they increase in size, say 40 centimeter girth, each tree is more than 40 centimeter girth, then you stop giving water and fertilizers and the heartwood formation starts coming up. So basically what we are doing is, in nature, if it is 50 years of rotation age for sandalwood, we are trying to squeeze it in 15 years. So when we are reducing the rotation age by 1/3, we need to give some extra nutrition to the plant so that it grows in such a fashion that we get equivalent amount of wood what we will be getting in nature at 40 years. So this is, first is the vegetative growth, then transition growth where we reduce the fertilizer and irrigation. Then we slowly use some kind of tools which will induce stress in the plant and heartwood formation will take place. This agroforestry model, what we are discussing, suppose if we have say 100 acres of land, it could be in a village side also, or probably 100-150 kilometers away from a big city. If it is around 100 kilometers away from a big city like Delhi or Ahmedabad or Surat or Mumbai or any other major metro cities, Bangalore, it can be developed into a model where the land value can be divided into one acre of patches, and it can be resold to the investors. However, now we are talking purely from the point of view of a farmer. So farmer, if he has say 50 acres, 25 acres or 100 acres of land, he can start developing the sandalwood plantation, and from the sandalwood plantation you add horticultural crops, the grafted varieties of different crops I will be discussing, which can start giving the yield from the 1.5 or 2 years onwards. So you don't have to wait for 15 years to get yield from sandalwood. From the second year onwards only you will start getting yield from the horticultural component. So suppose if you have 100 acres of 100 acres of land, the complete 100 acre will be converted into sandalwood plantation, and 20 acres of drumstick, 20 acres of guava. Guava is Peru, jam, lemon, then jamun, mango. These are the horticultural crops which can be used as host for sandalwood. So totally we can develop we can have very good returns by using perennial trees as the host for sandalwood. So you can see sandalwood 20 feet of distance. Then you at one end you are having drumstick. Between two sandalwood you put one drumstick and host crop, right? So which are the other horticultural crops which we can take up? One is drumstick. Drumstick also is having a very good export value, because drumstick is known as a complete food. So there are so many, it's very rich in vitamin C, carotene and other natural chemicals which improve the health of the person. There are different varieties, Periaculum variety, TNAU varieties are there, which depending on the area where we are planting, we can use the suitable variety. Then you have guava, we have Lucknow 46, Lucknow 49, Arka, Amulya, These are all in different areas. We can use these varieties. And guava also in current days market is current day situation is having a very good market value. Here I would like to tell that any plantation you take up, if you try to use organic products, as the instead of using urea, muriate of potash, or DAP, or other synthetic fertilizer, if you use organic fertilizers, you will be able to get a better market. So when you take a land and you start working on the cultivation of these crops, every state has one national level office of organic production. So you approach them, you ask them to convert and certify your area as organically cultivated. You use organic fertilizers, and then when you sell a organic guava or organic drumstick in the market, if normal drumstick is 5 rupees per stick, this will be around 8 to 9 rupees per stick. So that is the level of maybe almost the double value of the normal product you will be able to get it. So we are all talking about organic cultivation of these crops, where we get a premium rate at the in the market. Then jamun also, diabetes is becoming a very big havoc in the present context. So jamun is one of the miraculous fruit which helps in lowering the blood sugar levels. We have different varieties of jamun which are available, and currently in Bangalore, I can tell you it is around 150 rupees a kg. In the wholesale market, it is around 70 to 80 rupees a kg. So these are all the horticulture crops which are very low maintenance. You don't have to do every day the weeding, every day watering, not required. Because if you are a non-resident farmer, you are not residing in the place where the plantation is being taken up. Once in a month you go there. That time these low maintenance crops are much easier rather than growing tomato, potato, or other kind of thing which require every day you have to monitor them. So all the crops which I am suggesting are low maintenance crops and high value returns crops. You have lemon also. There is a Balaji variety of lemon. If you prune it properly and get your crop in, see these lemon varieties, they are perennial in nature. Throughout the year, some or the other fruit will be available, but what we should do is we call it as nipping. We need to keep on removing the off-season lemon from the tree so that the tree does not use more energy to develop that. When the main season comes, main season of lemon is starting from March onwards. March till around August, the season of lemon is you get a very good value for each of the lemon. In wholesale market is 5 rupees a kg, 5 rupees per piece. If you do the same thing in winter, you will not get 50 paisa also. So what kind of management activity has to be done? You can take help from your local Krishi Vigyan Kendra, or you can have, you can call me and get the information. Similarly, you have mango. There are so many varieties of mango. Even Tuticorin Hindustan bioplants, we have around 12 varieties of mango available in our nursery. You can, whichever is suitable for the area, that can be supplied. So if you look, just, I will not go much into details of it. 100 acres of sandalwood, in worst come worst situation also, you will get around 80 crores in 15 years. So if you take, this is very low, I am telling you, I am talking only about the end product. What money we are extracting from the, what you call as the interim crop, the horticulture crop, is also much more. After the 4th year, we can take the seeds from the plant, sandalwood tree. Seed oil is also selling at 7,000 to 8,000 rupees kg. So there are various methods by which, instead of waiting for 15 years for sandalwood crop, from the 2nd or 3rd year, we can start developing some new products or extracting oil or other things which will start giving the farmer some kind of intermediary returns. Drumstick also, after say 3rd or 4th year, you can at least 10 to 20 lakhs, minimum 10 to 20 lakh rupees from that 20 acre of land you can start extracting after the 3rd year. So what this whole project, this whole agroforestry model, it helps in maintaining the diversity, maintaining the livestock, means the flora and fauna of that area. It is not that we are only doing single one crop plantation. It is a mix of multiple horticultural crop as well as a forestry crop. We can also use hybrid teak. We have a hybrid teak in our this thing, which can give results in 15 years. Very beautiful teak. Normally it is 40 years of rotation time in the boundaries, or a small patch where we cannot grow this, which is a little stony. In that area we can put teak as one of the long term crop. So whatever is the components, they are all low maintenance components which can be very comfortably managed. This guava also, most of these guava, jamun, what we are doing is we are not putting all the eggs in the same basket. Suppose we have jamun, we have drumstick. In 1 year, you may get very good rate for jamun, but you may not get a good rate for drumstick. So when you have 5 options, one crop every year will be a jackpot crop. That will give you almost twice the normal returns. So this is how the whole thing has been planned. And I would request the farmers who are small farmers, medium farmers, or the farmers which have around 50 or 100 acres of land, or industrious people who have maybe 100, 200 acre of land here and there, they have purchased and kept it as an investment. We can take up these kind of plantations where the time, the efforts and the time is giving a good return to the investor. So with all these components, within 15 years, a 100-acre farm can give you approximately 112 crores. I am just giving a very low or a very conservative, what you call as figure to you. So when you plan to have a plantation of say 10 to 20 acres, you can rest assured that with minimum amount of efforts, we will be able to get very good returns. I also suggest that we, from in the land which you have, complete area can be fenced using bambusa bamboos. It is called as a thorny bamboo, which will grow to 20-25 feet height, and it will totally cover your area so that no thieves, or it's a thorny bamboo, it has thorns. So it will become a live fence, which will help in better growth of the plants also, and also as a protection. Thank you very much. So I am ready to take questions now.
Thank you very much, sir, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions from the participants now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, sir, so that we can see your full video?
Madam?
Please stop sharing the screen, sir, so that we can see your full video. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I'll move on to the questions now. The first question is, what inspired you to focus on the concept of sandalwood-based agroforestry as a model for prosperity?
Madam, what inspired me, because I worked for 25 years in that field, and I understand that sandalwood is one of the major crops which is in deficiency, and large scale cultivation of sandalwood will be very much beneficial for the farmers.
Okay. I'll move on to the next one, sir. What challenges have you encountered in implementing and promoting this agroforestry model, and how have you addressed them?
Madam, actually, challenges are there, madam. There are so many pests and diseases that will attack. So what actually we do, I would also like to inform the gathering that what we try to do is, when we select the crop, like what the major investment should be done in the quality of the material which we are going to take. For example, if we are taking a sandalwood sapling or sandalwood seedling to be planted in our area, we should use the best quality material for the planting, because it is a 15-year investment. What normal, you can get a sandalwood seedling for 50 rupees also, you can get it for 20 rupees also. What is the difference? Difference is that the seedling is developed from a matured and good quality mother tree. So it is chances of the tree which you are planting, the seedling you are planting to develop into a very good high yielding individual is more when you are using the known mother tree with good qualities. Similarly, they will be having more resistance towards the insects and pests. They will be easier to manage and the hardwood content will be higher. So these things we have to understand that just like as in computer, trash in, trash out. If you put trash in the ground, what you are going to get back is trash only. So I would request the audience and the people who are hearing this, that initial stages you have to make some investment, and investment should be mainly on the quality of the products which you are buying. If you are buying a very good quality product, rest assured you will not be needing to spend more money on insecticide and pesticide. Right. These are the challenges. Another one challenge which we face is security of the plantation. Because as you talk, immediately sandalwood means, sir, if somebody comes and cuts and goes away, how we are going to manage and all, that is a common question that comes up. Madam, when we are growing such a high value crop, we have to invest after the 7th year, because till 7th year there is no hardwood in the plant. So it is as good as a firewood. So even the people who want to cut the tree and take it away, they also know it that up to 7 or 8 years till it gains a 25-30 centimeter girth, no chance of any kind of value for it. So once you are into 7th and 8th year, you have to spend some money on protection of the crop. Nowadays we are getting chips. How you have your mobile number, SIM card, similarly you have chips which can be inserted in the plant. Once they are inserted, if anybody tries to cut it, there will be an alarm on your mobile phone. There will be a centralized protection unit. Then you can, there are some good varieties of dogs you can keep. All those things will come after 7th year, and till 7th year, by the help of the horticulture crop, we will have sufficient money to invest on them. Again, we don't have to look into our pocket and start investing. Already money we get from the horticulture crop is sufficient to reinvest on the security of the sandalwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does the sandalwood-based agroforestry model compare to traditional agriculture practices in terms of profitability and sustainability?
Madam, there is nothing like sandalwood, madam.
Mm-hmm.
Sandalwood and teak, these are two crops which will give you so handsomely. Madam, if you look at the agroforestry models which are other than sandalwood, okay. See, if you use sesbania, if you use glyceridia as a tree component, they are only used in firewood. 3,000 rupees ton, 4,000 rupees ton, 5,000 rupees ton, that's all. What I am talking about, sandalwood will be something like 30 lakhs per ton, 50 lakhs per ton, depending upon the quality. Where is 3,000? Where is 30 lakhs? So the value of sandalwood is much, much higher than other traditional crops which we are doing. And one of the major idea behind agroforestry is the diversity. We have to create diversity. Sandalwood is one major crop, but we are also growing drumstick, we are also growing lemon, and in the borders we are also putting teak. Whichever area is free, we will try to put some of the trees which will attract the birds, which will attract butterflies, so that a natural plantation is being created. All those things, anybody who would like to do it, they can contact me. My number is there. I can guide them separately on, if they want to take up a large scale plantation, I am available. And my company also, Tuticorin Hindustan Bioplants Private Limited, we are also ready to give, all kind of technical support to the farmer who wants to take it.
Okay, sir. I'll move on to the next question. Are there any specific regions or climate where the sandalwood-based agroforestry model is more suitable? And if so, what factors determines its sustainability?
Madam, sandalwood can grow anywhere, madam. Starting from Himachal Pradesh till Rameshwaram, and starting from Punjab till Northeast. Everywhere sandalwood is found naturally. Madam, actually in the olden days, during the time of Tipu Sultan and all, sandal was known as the royal tree. And whenever there was some exchange between the princely officials, they used to give sandalwood seedling as a gift to the other royal family. So in Kangra, in Himachal Pradesh, similarly Tripura, Assam, everywhere we have natural population of sandalwood. Only one thing that will not work for sandalwood is a land where waterlogging is there. If there is a waterlogging in particular land or in land which was earlier used for paddy cultivation, there you cannot grow sandalwood. Other than that, any land where there is no waterlogging, sandalwood can be grown, and it grows best in areas which have hot and humid climate where there is temperatures will go say 35, 38, 40, 42. And during the rainy season, the humidity is around 100% or 80%. So hot and humid climate is most suitable for sandalwood cultivation. Only thing is no area where there is a waterlogging. Waterlogging area will kill the roots of sandalwood.
Okay. Can you share some success stories or case studies where the adoption of this model has significantly improved the livelihoods of farmers?
Madam, it is too early to give any kind of success stories, madam. There are few people who have taken up this. There's one Kapoor group in Nagpur. They have taken up. DS group has taken up. But they had already planned it and then they came in contact with me. So already they are doing that particular work. It is too early for us to actually look at some success stories. But if you look at the figures, the international demand and the and the continuous increment in the value of the product makes it a very, very successful and economically wise decision to take up.
Okay. In terms of biodiversity and ecological impact, how does this agroforestry model contribute to sustainable land use and conservation?
But I told you that we are not just going with only sandalwood, we are also going with other horticultural crops which are having, which add to the diversity of the whole project. Secondly, wherever there are open spaces available, we will also try to plant some of the species, like fig. Fig will harbor so many other, what you call as birds and other small reptiles and animals, which will actually create a lot of floral and faunal biodiversity in the plantation area. So that those things, but they are all very minor component and they will not yield you any money. It is only for the love of having a biodiverse plantation you can take up, which can be always, once we finish the basic model, we can always incorporate in the open spaces these components which will add more biodiversity.
Okay. How do you address the concerns related to the potential overexploitation of sandalwood and its impact on the ecosystem?
It seems it's a very, question which is normally raised in not in the meeting of farmers, but in the meeting of people who make the policies.
It's
but
a
anyway,
mix of
I will
groups.
try to answer it, madam. See, over exploitation and other things are totally ruled out because we don't have that much amount of, see, just to give you a figure, the total sandalwood oil requirement, wood requirement is 10,000 tons per year. These are the official figures. 10,000 tons per year, we are not able to provide 100 tons also. So around 100 times there is a, and most of the people who take up sandalwood, they don't have the patience to do it properly for complete 15 years. So over exploitation and other things are not at all an issue because the total amount of plantations available is only very meager. Right, madam? I suggest whoever are listening to this, if they have capacity and patience to develop this model for a length of 15 years, their complete life will be changed. That is how it is. That is how beneficial it is. Regarding the biodiversity and floral and faunal biodiversity, all those things will be taken care of as a minute points in the project. But you cannot think only of biodiversity and earn nothing. You first target is to maintain biodiversity and earn money. All farmers, they are here because they want to earn, they want to know how we can increase our income. So first concern is how do you increase their income. I don't suggest that grow only sandalwood, which will be a monoculture and it will be detrimental to the ecosystem. But when we are talking about 5 to 6 crops grown in a piece of land, the biodiversity and the ecosystem balance will come into picture by itself.
Okay. What research and development initiatives are you currently working on to further improve and expand the adoption of sandalwood-based agroforestry model?
Madam, actually, I worked in Government of India for 20 years. After that, now I am a freelance consultant. I'm also Vice President of Tuticorin Hindustan Bioplants Limited, where Dr. Sriram and myself, we are totally focused upon developing the fertilizers and plants for best quality plants for the farmers. Now, I don't want to sound more commercial, but there are people who have there are agencies which can provide you with best quality material, and in future also we will be able to help you how to market your products, how to take up the other marketing issues of each and every component of the project. So anybody who wants to take it up, we are there to guide them, and I can assure them that it is going to be a very good investment.
Okay. I have completed the questions from our members, sir. Mr. Sriram has joined. Sir, would you like to ask any questions or
Madam, Sriram sir will talk about our own,
already we give some technical detail about the hybrid teak. If you want, you give some, because you get some experience, no, about hybrid teak.
Madam, in Namakkal area in Tamil Nadu, Madam?
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
Madam, actually, Tuticorin Hindustan, we have developed one hybrid teak variety, which is ready for harvesting in 13 to 14 years. So normally the farmers, they think that when you put trees, teak minimum 20 years and all, but these trees can be harvested in 13, 14 years with a girth of more than 3 feet and very good grains. Actually, we harvested some plants in Namakkal, Tamil Nadu, and 8-year-old plant, 9-year-old plant, they had already developed almost 60% of hardwood, very good grains. So if any farmer wants to take up a large scale cultivation, where we have options for different type of, like if a farmer with 1 or 2 acres, he will not be able to diversify. But if there are farmers who have say 50 acre, 100 acre or 25 acres, where we have space for diversification, we will totally develop one biodiversity plan for them. The axis of the biodiversity project will be centralized is sandalwood. Around that, all other horticulture crops and other crops which will harbor birds, nests and other things, those will be suggested and that can be taken up. So,
yes, sir. Proceed.
Any other question, madam?
Sir, in summary, what is the main message you like to convey via this talk?
Madam, my only message is that because there is a shortage of agricultural labor everywhere, if you take up plantation which are perennial in nature, they don't require everyday monitoring, so it is easier for you to manage them. If any farmer wants to take up these kind of perennial crop thing, it is most welcome and it will give you much more returns. Madam, normally farmers, there are 3 types of farmers. One is small farmer, 1 acre, 2 acre, he will grow sorghum or ragi or any other thing and he will continue living. The other farmer is who is a marginal farmer, who is a medium scale farmer, anything between 5 to 25 acres. Then there is a large farmer who has more than 30 to 50 acres. So all these three people have to be differently handled. So depending upon their capacity to carry out the work, these separate models can be suggested.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. We'd like to thank Dr. Ashutosh Srivastava for the talk and for answering the questions. I'd like to also thank all the participants in the meeting and our special thanks to Mr. Sriram. We will now be closing this meeting.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome, sir.